Hey, what's going on, everybody? Oh yeah. All right. Gosh dang kernel. Alright, I think everything go on this end. Let's hop into a call. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yo, how's it going, dude?
Oh, it's going good. How about yourself?
I'm alright. I can't get this going on my Wii for some reason.
Oh no.
I think there should be a way to have your, like the ROMs on the hard drive while the app is on the SD card, because it works that way with the with GameCube loader for the Wii. But I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet. It just tells me that it's not recognizing the USB device for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though that works on other things.
I just have everything on the one SD card.
Yeah, that's going to be too small in the long run for the GameCube games that I want to put in there.
You know you can get really big SD cards, right?
Yeah, but I mean, sure, but I'd have to get one. I mean, I have the USB drive.
I've got like a couple 128 gig USB drives.
Yeah, but that's not 1.5 terabytes.
I mean, are you going for the entire GameCube collection?
Kinda.
Okay.
That's what I was going for.
Okay. No, that's a different case then.
Mm-hmm.
Then you might need to like break it up.
Right.
Just like have some in storage that you're not like actively playing. Maybe, I don't know. Either way.
So this thing was a hassle to begin with because hold on, let me download this one.
Right.
We'll talk about this. For some reason, the Wii, and I had this with the other Wii that I was soft modding for my mom, it doesn't recognize our router. Like, I tried like manually inputting the SSIP, tried auto searching, even tried an Ethernet connector. It does not work. And to install the stupid homebrew channel, you need like 5 seconds of internet connection to do like the letter bomb thing and everything. And that was really frustrating because I was basically stopping me from doing this. Why is my save as selection not saved? I think I'm gonna get that tonight. And so I had to, thankfully, I saw that idea online. I had to set up a hotspot with my phone. And that was recognized by my Wii.
Of course.
And then I could do the letter bomb thing. From there on, it's smooth sailing, but still, that was so weird, so frustrating.
Ridiculous.
Because I specifically bought the Ethernet adapter for this purpose, and that still wasn't working. I was like, God dang it, you gotta be kidding me.
That's the worst. You go out and get something specifically for the problem you're having, and you find out, oh, that's not the answer.
Right, right.
I've done that a couple times, believe me.
Other question. When I'm finally getting this going, how is playing MSU stuff on with SNES 9X GX as easy as it is on like normal SNES 9X? Because here I just put it in a folder and like launch SNES 9X from it, like from the ROM. Like, is that simple on the Wii as well, or do I have to do like any extra steps?
I'm not exactly sure, because I don't think I've ever done it off of the Wii.
Oh, I thought you were doing that. That's what you were doing every Friday night when we were doing A Link to the Past stuff.
No, I'm using a different version of SNES 9X on the computer.
Okay.
Version 1.56.
Well, I'll try to see if I can
Because I
get
know
that working then.
I've heard people say in the past that it works on an EverDrive, and I would think that the Wii is kind of the same, not necessarily the same operating system, but I would think that it would work that same way. But I just don't think I've ever tried it.
I'll get back to you when I find a solution.
All right. And I'm also not running, on my hardware, I'm not running the newest version of the homebrew stuff. Using some version from, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever.
Alright. Was MSU even a thing back then?
No. That was somewhat recent.
Speaking of somewhat recent, have you seen the video that I sent you?
Yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I watched the first little bit of that. That's so good.
God, that Black Magician girl. But like, I'm not sure if you noticed, if you heard that, but like they like a few months, like a month ago or two tops, they were able to get a hold of like the entire source code, like actually decompile the source code and have like everything written out now, so that you don't have to like see how stuff behaves, but you can actually check how stuff behaves. So they get like a ridiculous amount of stuff going now. They even have like, what also is new, they have a PC version of OT now. Like a version, like an EXE. You can, like not even an emulator, it's just like its own thing. It's running the same code, just on PC. I guess it's simulating the clock time or whatever, but still, it's like legit just running on PC now. And they're like, from what I gathered, they're like 70% done with decompiling MM the same way.
Oh boy.
And they're just doing so much cool stuff with it, like online OT, getting the randomizer to a new step, and all that good stuff. It's just amazing.
We're gonna have to do online Majora's Mask at some point.
Oh, I'm so down. So down, dude.
That sounds amazing.
I got green potion, lamp, ice rod, mirror, and green potion.
Yes, indeed. And I've had so much fun starting with boots that I decided we should keep them.
I think I just killed my audio setup here.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. Hello.
Okay, that's it.
Do what now?
Have you gotten my seed code?
Yes, I got the seed code.
Alright, good.
And I replied with, since we've had so much fun starting with boots lately, I decided we're going to keep them for a little bit.
Alright, what are we playing tonight? Like, what's the objective?
This is a Dorito hunt. Triforce pieces.
Alright, okay.
20 is the goal, 25 possible.
Alright.
None of them are in Ganon's tower.
Good.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. Shovel.
Oh, I want a shovel.
Oh, you know where to get it.
Started at the wrong place and I got money.
Money.
Shovel! I can shovel dash now.
Thanks for reminding me that I have dash boots.
Mm-hmm.
I'll actually dash out of this house now.
Ah.
Oh god, I bonked the tree and bees came out.
Oh no. Not bees already. Please, we just started, game.
So are you playing with shuffled sound effects again?
No, I turned that right the hell off. Like
Did you
the sound of my text scrolling in the opening cutscene was Ice Rod,
oh, gee.
so I noticed
Nice.
it real quick.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Speaking of real quick. I am, however, playing as Ness, the Earthbound soundtrack.
I
And
got Chrono Trigger with Frog.
I accidentally jumped into the water and I forgot that I just got flippers, so I was ready to just be spawned right back up on the ledge, but nope. Oh shit, I'm down here now. What do I do?
God, this is the best shop ever. Key and bombs and single arrow.
Nice. So there were a couple of Marvel tidbits that I had heard recently that I wanted to share with you.
Oh.
First of all, saw there was some kind of photo from like a trailer that was shown for She-Hulk.
I just saw the new trailer for She-Hulk, where they're like practicing.
Well, there's some still image from it or something from the promotional material for She-Hulk.
Uh-huh.
There's a picture in the background of one of the shots that name drops Johnny Blaze.
Ooh.
Like, because I think it was just last week we were talking about whether or not we thought Ghost Rider would ever show up, and if they're name dropping Johnny Blaze supposedly in She-Hulk.
Now, was it like super background or like background that might be relevant background?
It was in the background, but in focus enough that you could read that it said Johnny Blaze and see that it was a guy on a motorcycle.
That might just be a very early Easter egg. I'm not.
Because they've done stuff like that in like the Spider-Man movies. I died.
Right.
They're advertising Bonesaw McGraw or whatever his last name was. Well after the fact that Randy Savage is dead, but don't let that stop you.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, just that the name is showing up.
Yeah.
Even if it's just an Easter egg, even if that's all we get for right now.
Yeah, it's a start. Since when are we getting chickens in the chicken house, dude?
What the heck?
Where are my soldiers trying to murder me?
And the other little thing that I heard was an interview with Kevin Feige with some magazine, where he said, first of all, that the Fantastic Four film is not going to be an origin story.
Oh, okay.
And that they're going to kind of stick to the formula that they went with the Spider-Man movies. Where it's, people know the story. People that are going to go see the movie know the story of the Fantastic Four already.
That's what you mean with Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah, like people already know the story of Spider-Man. And a lot of the tropes associated with the character.
Huh. I like that actually. Like just having a fully established team already.
Mm-hmm. But that then raises the question of how are they going to explain where the Fantastic Four was during everything that happened in the MCU up till this point?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, we
I
that
mean,
was the question before already, but
hmm like we could sit here and think about it all we want, but they're going to have to answer that question.
hmm.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, right. There's Triforce pieces in this. I almost forgot. Hmm.
One of the theories being kicked around by that YouTube channel that I watch is that the Fantastic Four has been in either some alternate dimension or 616 just doesn't have a Fantastic Four, and maybe we'll just be following one from another dimension.
Well, it's certainly not 813.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Those don't have Fantastic Four either.
I mean, Wanda got
At
really
most,
mad.
Fantastic Three. All right.
Franklin
Um,
Richards is going to be pissed off in that universe.
I mean, I liked what you had last time we talked about that. Something along the lines of them just being off-world during the hot part of Infinity War,
Mm-hmm. Like
and then
that's,
I don't know.
I still like that idea.
Could have just been all blipped away, which is why they have not been relevant in Endgame. I mean, they're probably it. Honestly, it's not just Infinity War and Endgame though. It's like it's really just everything. Like Attack on New York, Ultron
Yeah,
fiasco. Like
like
there
where?
was a whole bunch of world-shattering disasters that they should have been at least mentioned in, or
Yeah,
like at the end of Avengers 1, if they would have been around, you would expect them to like show up in a post-credit scene being like, "Hey guys, like what the fuck?
it's like, hey
Can
guys,
we help?"
we just got back from Wakanda. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been amazing. Name drop Wakanda right then and there. Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe something
Yeah.
going along the lines of a Captain America approach of like what you said, have like more of a '60s style uh,
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Four, and then
Like do
at
yeah,
the end of
like
the
a
movie they're going to be on ice and have them return in the current state of things.
mm-hmm. Kind of like that. It just went up into space in the 60s, came back. It's like Austin Powers, except there's four of them and they have superpowers. Not the greatest analogy, but I'm sticking with it.
It's fine. Yeah. Also, I managed to like put another few night shifts in, and I'm at the point. Oh, half magic, heck yeah, where I would say I'm kind of done with my thesis.
Ooh, very
Um,
nice.
I'm basically at the end of like I've written everything down that I want to write down. So now it's more of just like I gotta wait till my supervisor is back and like from his vacation in 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna send it to him, and he's just gonna give me some feedback. Then I'm just gonna hand it in. But
Okay.
really, the most part is done, which I'm very happy about. So I had actually some like rest last 2 days,
Nice, nice.
which is why I got around to do the Wii thing as a little reward for myself.
Give me that. Thank you. So I was playing around with one of the Skyrim mods that I have installed. It's the Midsummer Isles.
Midsummer Isles.
It's a location you can add in. And got a reward from a quest, and I didn't like really see what it was at first. I thought it was just some ring of some enchantment that I already had, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Fortify Destruction that makes the cost of the spell less.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then I took a closer look at it.
Yeah.
It fortified the damage of the destruction spell.
Oh.
I said,
nice.
Really, fool? Well, now...
Like, by how much are we talking about?
Enough for me to get the enchantment off of it.
Uh-huh.
And do the Fortify Restoration glitch on it.
Oh god. And now you're just one-shotting everything with fireballs?
Everything. And literally fireball.
I figured. That was the obvious choice here.
I mean, chain lightning is fun, but I ended up killing my follower way too many times with it.
I get that, yeah.
Because your follower does not take advantage of the glitch when you give them like, the Fortify Health amulet that increases their health by like 1,000,000. Yeah, you can still kill them really quick.
Yeah. I mean, it's all a matter of balance, like how much damage do you deal, and how much health do they have.
But for whatever reason, my follower was Lydia, which I usually don't take Lydia. I usually take Serana.
As any civilized person would do.
And then also, for whatever reason, I decided to give Lydia a full set of Dwarven armor.
Okay.
And I gave her, like, a wide assortment of weapons. You know, Dwarven shield, Dwarven sword, Dwarven warhammer. And at some point, she ended up picking up a staff, and I don't... Yeah, like, I was suddenly seeing fireballs thrown at me, and I was like, where are these coming from? And I see Lydia carrying a staff. What the hell is this? There was one time she picked up a Summon Atronach staff, and that startled the fuck out of me. I turned around and there's just this fucking ice Atronach bearing down on me. I'm like, where the fuck? Just from out of nowhere. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun just roaming around all these different modded areas that I've put in with a character that can just sling fireballs completely willy-nilly, free of a care in the world. And there were some other spells that the mods added in. I don't remember all of them offhand, but I'm pretty sure Summon Spectral Bear is just in the vanilla game. But I don't know because I'm not too familiar with Conjuration. And I'm not too familiar with Conjuration in vanilla Skyrim.
Yeah.
But yeah, having a giant ghost bear is a lot of fun.
What?
Oh no.
No!
Oh no.
I just found dash boots. Just got dash boots from a chest.
Neat.
That's...
I know why that happened. That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why did it happen?
I forgot to take them out of the item pool when I just equipped them on Link.
Oh, I thought that would be, like, automatically.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking, too.
Oh, okay. So I was really confused there for a second.
It makes sense. Because I've done stuff like that in the past to see what would happen. And if you get two of the same item, it's not like one overwrites the other.
I mean, I was kind of afraid of that. That was the first thing I was testing. Like with the...
You just take your boots off and put them in the open chest.
Yeah, like in the very first versions of this randomizer, where if you got half magic after quarter magic, it would overwrite the first one.
That's right.
That wasn't nice.
I went up those stairs sideways. I didn't think I could do that. Huh. Oh, no. Oh, God. Get me out of here. A lot of good stuff right off the bat in this scene.
I mean, yeah, but we have Master Sword and Moon Pearl. That's never a good combo if you don't want to do Aghanim.
Right. As always, I'm going to put that off until I feel it's the only way of progression.
Fair enough.
I don't have any magic.
You don't?
How one of these have it? Well, not in my meter.
Oh, okay.
So I should say I'm out of magic, but I don't think I ever had any. I've got some coins. Could cast some magic. Some cash is in Mimic Cave. Good.
The only hint I got so far is that Dodongo doesn't like bombs.
Nice.
I didn't feel like sharing that initially, I'm sorry.
It's not the worst hint.
Not, well, in this video game maybe, but in others, not so much. Hey, 2, 4. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I don't have what I need here. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot this other little bit of... I don't know if it's necessarily Marvel news, but I did hear that supposedly MODOK is confirmed to appear in Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered that because I was...
What does it mean when something is supposedly confirmed? Like,
I don't know who the YouTube channel I watch, New Rockstars. I don't know who their sources are.
Ah, okay.
But
they said it's confirmed.
But if they say it's confirmed, they're usually not wrong about that stuff.
All right.
About like actors or characters or things that are supposed to show up in the movie. If they say it's confirmed, they usually got good sources on that stuff.
Right. All right.
But again, just not 100% because I don't know who their sources are. But yeah, they said that MODOK was confirmed to show up.
Interesting.
And they were theorizing about, well, how could he show up?
Mm-hmm.
And they remembered the cutscene from Ant-Man and Wasp with the scientist that tried to make the quantum tunnel, and it blew up, and his daughter was Ghost.
Mm.
That guy was very, very bald. And could very easily come back as the iconic Ant-Man villain, Egghead.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to figure out how that could come to pass, or how that could be explained.
I mean, that would also imply that they're further... Oh, interesting. That they're further going to be looking into Ghost as a character as well, because I doubt if her dad is going to be that character, that they're just going to drop Ghost as well.
No, I don't think they're done with her. way too cool of a power set.
Mm-hmm. Well, cool for us.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much for her.
Yeah, not so much for her, but still. This is the movies, my boy.
Some cash is in any case. I'll take it.
Oh god, out of here. Nope. Really need that. Might need it later. Don't need that at all. Let's go.
Do potion?
Ah!
Alright.
Oh, nice. The stun drop is an 8 bomb drop.
That's cool.
That would have been helpful if I'd have had the hook shot from the very beginning, but, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh, I got a fairy, that's alright.
Ah, get back here. You're not. Rupees.
Oh god. I can do this, it's fine. Is this not fine?
Oh god.
Mr. Sword doesn't deal good damage here.
Oh, I saw that bird fly off. Left behind a doppelganger. Oh, I had to kill the one enemy filled with bees.
Okay.
Oh, thank God, they got caught in the lag. No, King Zora took even more of my money.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
He's a little bit of a scam.
Oh my god, he's an outright thief.
But you get a wet book in compensation.
Oh, all the ink is bleeding. The pages are stuck together.
Alright, Eastern Palace done.
Nice. Okay. Poor Octorok. That's not my book.
It isn't?
No. No, that was my flute.
Ah.
Ow.
Oh god. Have you seen the new trailer for She-Hulk?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you like it?
It's looking like it's, again, going to be a hilarious show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking the initial involvement with Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
It does bring up a lot of questions, though. About
I think it just honestly confirms what we've already theorized about, like, in terms of how she became She-Hulk.
oh, not that. It's just why was Banner in human form? They haven't even answered that since what the end of
Oh,
Shang-Chi.
since Shang-Chi, yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's...
like, why is he in human form? And why isn't his arm still burnt to an absolute fucking crisp? Like, why does he have hair on his arm? If it was like radiation burns that were that bad.
I mean...
Now, I also don't know if those wounds carried over when he shifted back to Banner. I don't know how the MCU Hulk works.
I also think this might be a hint at She-Hulk being set before Endgame. Like something in between Endgame and Infinity War. Because Professor Hulk has been like that since before the events of Endgame.
But why was his arm in a sling?
Maybe they're showing it from like different spots. Maybe they're gonna have like a time skip within that show. I could see that.
I mean, it's She-Hulk, so really, who knows? You can get away with a lot with that character.
Only thing I've read is like in the comment section of that trailer was that a lot of people were going on like how the sorry, I need to think for a second. How the visual effects of the Hulks were a lot better than in the previous trailers, and I honestly have not noticed that at all. Like the
No, it's because it's because there's people that sit there and frame advance on trailers and then whine that something doesn't look quite the way they think it should.
yeah. Well, but I guess they improved on that, so that's good for us, I guess. But yeah.
I get so that it's just less people complaining. Sure, why not? I'm all in favor of less people complaining.
Always, man. Always.
Oh god. Also, interested to see how Daredevil plays into She-Hulk, since they went ahead and revealed that he was going to be in it in the trailer.
Yep. I mean, it was a great setup with both of them being attorneys, so that was... I felt like that was clear from the start when they announced that.
Oh yeah, it's just good to know that they're letting us know.
Yeah.
in advance that, oh yeah, this is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Actually watched another episode of that just this night. Almost done with season 1 now. Still a big fan. Just really like this. It's the theme and the tone they set in that show is just really good.
Mm-hmm. Again,
I forgot to get the green pendant rewards.
As someone that kind of paid attention to comics back in the 90s, it's still just interesting to me to see who in Marvel is getting popular.
Mm-hmm.
Else.
I think it's also fun how much they're getting away with without the X-Men.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Swear to God, if Green Pendant is like Hammer, I'm gonna be so mad.
It probably is.
Castle music is so good. Such an unforgettable castle theme. Has like the right amount of catchy to it, while still having like this military style music.
Mm-hmm. There's really no other choice.
And there's the music fade out.
I don't think... Yeah, 'cause I didn't want to use, like, that super serious theme that plays in, like, Seal Palace.
Well, like Magus Castle, which is just eerie noise.
Yeah. Didn't really have a place for that one. Although, if I were to go back, I might put that one in Skull Woods.
Chickens in the sewers. Of course.
I need to see if it's just as simple as, like, copying and pasting the files in the folder and just renaming one and deleting the other.
That'd be nice.
Because if it is just that easy, then I'll find a song that's already on the list and replace Skull Woods with that one.
Mm-hmm. What is Skull Woods right now?
Oh, it's like that. It's either an unused theme or it's a theme from one of the endings.
Huh.
I think I remember seeing it as an unused theme.
Have you put the red rupees back in, by the way?
Put them back
As in
where?
indicators for which 20 rupee drop is random and which one is meant to be there?
I don't think so. But I think I loaded up the settings from a file, and I think that file was set up to just be the 20-piece Triforce piece hunt.
Alright.
Blah.
One more check.
I'm glad he wasn't aiming over here. Come on.
Actually, no, wait, I don't have gloves. Wait, can I buy a lottery ticket? God fucking damn it. whatever.
Oof.
At least I don't have to do fucking hacking.
Nice.
Or do I? Wait. I do. Wait, no, I still don't have gloves.
Whoa,
Well,
God.
still, that unlocks a few things at least.
Alright. Get back in the corner. There we go.
Good job on the eyeball.
Thank you.
I always find that one really like I find it like one of the most doable bosses, even with low equipment. I also find it like very stressful dancing around the eyes
Oh yeah.
with spin attacks.
I was trying to just use bombs, but had to use bombs and spin attacks.
Didn't even know that bombs would work.
Mm-hmm. They don't do a whole lot of damage.
Okay.
Bombs in this game are surprisingly weak.
I felt like bombs are really strong against like Homosword King's Mask. Like compared to Hammer, it takes so little effort to break that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're strange. I'm not sure I understand bombs in this game. It's like when you use bombs against like the Mace Knight in the castle basement, it takes 4 of them. But it only takes 2 ceramic jars.
I always felt like throwing shit at enemies was about one of the strongest damage types in this game.
Yeah, like throwing a wooden sign at someone shouldn't do that much damage. But one of those big 2x2 rocks? Oh yeah, that should crush someone instantly. Especially if you even it with enough force for it to shatter like that. Something's caught under that, it's gone.
Yep.
Found a burrito. Uncle was hiding one of the Triforce pieces. What the heck? He knew I was looking for them. Why did he keep one away from me?
Because he wants you to spend time with him.
Isn't that a bit like bribery, though?
Isn't that what happens in families?
Yes.
I see, there you go. Wait, am I dumb? I'm dumb. Okay.
Thank you, Hinox, for killing all the other enemies in that room. Can be only one, apparently.
Secret Agent Hinox.
Wonder if anyone's had the idea to, like, shrink down the Hinox to make him actually like Link-sized, so that you could have a playable sprite.
I'm an idiot! Sorry, what do you
That's
say?
fine. Just,
God, no.
just wondering if anyone had actually made a Hinox Junior sprite for Link. I don't think so. Not that I remember seeing on the website, but I wonder how difficult that would be.
Probably not that hard. I feel like Link to the Past writing has become very accessible.
Well, Link's sprite sheet is not very big.
Right.
I guess to be fair, I'm used to seeing sprite sheets the size of Super Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna bother mentioning Uniracers, except for an offhand comment. That sprite sheet is still just ridiculous.
Oh my god. What? Why did she stop dashing you?
Ah.
Okay, this has to be one of the earliest silvers I ever got.
Nice.
Let's hope we can get some bosses done with this. What do we got here? Oh,
yeah.
you. Nice, they gave me the one boss that is immune to fucking arrows.
Good.
Not sure if it's actually the only one, but still.
Out of here.
Hey, Anything else?
Fish. Live in the sky, fish.
No, I don't think so.
I like that he's making splashing noises when he's flopping around on the clouds.
Well, they are made out of water after all.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's that?
20 rupees.
Nice. Nope.
Want that? Oh boy. Don't want that. Nope. Said I don't want that. Get out of here. What? Mommy kept juking me.
Why would you want money?
Oh, the mummy.
Oh, the mummy, not the mum. Oh, I heard that with an edge other than. Okay.
That's fine.
Boy over here getting juked by money.
It's like that one car insurance commercial where there's this old guy just dangling a dollar bill on a fishing line in front of someone in a clothing store. He's like, oh, you gotta be quicker than that. Come on, tiles. Oh, I'll take that. I need to hit the thing. Alright, let's go.
Oh my god, how can I be so bad at doing things?
Oh god.
Alright, useful hint, please. Other randos exist too. Try some. All of you would know.
I disagree. Unique item is in Eastern Palace. Hooray. Gotta get Bedrock. Huh. Interesting.
Oh, gee. That's a mean trap of fire snakes.
I don't need to hit that floor switch that badly. What do we got? Yo!
Yeah.
Come here, you big stupid. It's Mothula in
Oh yeah.
in the tower.
Mm-hmm. It was so sad that I couldn't use my silvers. Alright.
Get back here.
What does the random number generator have for us today? One.
Honey and a crystal.
Two. Three. Four. Five.
Oh god. Ow.
Six.
Oh boy.
Seven. Eight. Yeah, eight. Oh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Smooch from the princess. Here we go.
Yeah. $2 rupees, not worth it.
Alright, what do we got? Yo, shield. Slightly bigger, even.
Another burrito.
Oh my god, same.
Slightly bigger shield. I think we might be close.
Mm-hmm. What do I turn into when I get hit by the swirly thing again? Oh, the robot from the end of the game. Okay.
Are you in Thieves Town right now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're like right next to each other.
Nice. Ooh. Oh god. Room full of red soldiers and lag. And giant spike traps. And blue soldiers and lots of flickering. Ah, damn. Half of Hyrule's army was stationed in that one room.
Yep. And I'm Bomberman. The logical connection to Frog from Chrono Trigger.
Yo. It's a good place to find that.
Oh, fuck off. God damn.
Alright. Back into the barracks. God, it's like swimming through peanut butter. I'm gonna see who the boss is. No, it's blind.
Your favorite boss?
At least I have red shield.
Art, there is no bush there. You're inside a spoiler tile. You cannot do an animation that suggests you peek out of grass.
Back here, you big blind dummy. There we go.
Magic powder, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good.
Always. Used on just about anything in this game.
Can I think I can do this without gloves? You got gloves yet?
I have gloves, but not mitts.
Oh, so that's why you didn't have to do Agony.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm clearly missing out somewhere.
Yeah, it was a pretty early check, too, so...
Something stupid I forgot again.
Like Ice Rod Cave or something down in that area.
No, I did all that. I probably forgot to check, like, water draining thing. Water magic. Let's
just clear this room. Yep, there he is. That's a spoiler tile, buddy.
Not for him. It's clearly something we're not seeing.
For him, it's the perfect hiding spot.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't see him there before he peeked out of it.
Master of stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get out of here.
Are we gonna do the legendary Master Sword check tonight? 10 minutes already. Check when we're freest. Oh no, it's hit a rock. Forget about that.
Yo, water magic. Get me out of here.
Nothing quite compares to the intensity of the Johnny soundtrack.
What soundtrack?
The Johnny soundtrack.
Yep.
Holy shit, how many... There we go. Ice Rod. I think you can actually do every boss now.
Funny.
Ah, god. This is the disadvantage of early fluid if you forget you have shovel and don't get the gloves at the shovel spot.
Oh, yep, because I hadn't found flute yet.
God damn.
Having
Oh, I still did Aghanim.
having
Maybe there's a
shovel
Triforce
was
piece there. I
still
don't know.
fresh in my mind. Let's go
Well, I
check cave.
guess.
Money.
Money.
Boomerang.
Boomerang.
Money.
Triforce piece. Money.
Yep.
Money. Are you? How many are you at? 11 as well?
I'm at 12.
Dang. Try doing something different than you. Because clearly doing the same that you're doing is not working out great.
Huh. Oh, friggin' Sandman. Ow! Squeaky lizards. Everything has it out for Link today. Mushroom Bomber, you're not special. You always piss Link off.
Not only him. Me as well.
Just in case you're ever really out of magic. Get that pole prize that's just 4 full bottles of magic. Can't I bottle some of this, please?
It's called a green potion and will cost extra.
Dang. Don't even have a free bottle. I have to drown this fairy. I don't want to do that.
I used mine during blind. Not that good in that fight.
Good time to use, or it's a good time to have a fairy.
I mean, I still have that blue potion as well, but figured fairy might as well do her job.
She is living rent-free in that bottle, after all.
Painting that picture a lot nicer than it probably is.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping like hell that I don't get robbed by another fish today.
Don't have enough money yet?
Well, I have enough money. It's just I already got scammed by one fish today. Going to see the one in the Dark World.
Ah, okay.
Okay, he actually threw money.
Still sounds like a scam for all the way you have to go to get there.
Mm-hmm. Boy. Save and quit out of here. Fish, you're coming with me. Oh wow, I actually kept the fish with me through that screen transition into the forest.
Fish in the forest.
Things that Link is holding usually don't survive a screen transition.
That's because Link is a ruffian.
Now, like, what happens if I take this bone chicken? No, what if I take this bone fish into the Skull Woods? Survives the screen transition. Maybe fish are just magical in this game.
Maybe you're magical.
This is a possibility. Well, you'd think I would have put it to some good use by now.
Well, you caught me with your charming personality.
Yes, this is true. Oh god. Suddenly getting destroyed by a video game. Yep, same exact thing just happened. I'm going to lose all of my life doing this. Let's go the other way. And thank you for the compliments, by the way.
No problem, man. Don't worry about it.
Huh. Shadow Critter just ran face first into a spike trap and exploded. Shadow Critters must know that the world is sick of them. We go. Ah, take that, giant spike trap. Spike roller. Giant log with spikes sticking out of it.
Yo. Finally good use for my soul arrows.
Nice.
I just need to hit. There you go. Yo, mirror shield.
I just found the blue tunic.
That's also nice.
I don't know how that wall master didn't catch me, but whatever, it's fine. Ah.
Alright, what do you sell? Sells tiny shields? Okay. Since when can you buy a shield in this game?
I mean, you've always been able to, but it's kind of a rarer thing, because like-likes exist in this game.
Ah.
Or, like, the little pumpkin guys can sometimes take your shield.
Mm-hmm. But only the small one, right? Like you wouldn't be able to permanently use your mirror shield. Or would you get it back at some fairy or something? I haven't played vanilla in forever, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't played vanilla in forever either. A very talky game. Vanilla Link to the Past. Even when you know where everything is and how to get there quickly, it still takes a while just to get through all the text.
Oh, this is a game I could never speedrun.
I mean, I did like a Master Sword run a while back, but that was it.
Yeah. Some cash is in Ganon's Tower. You know, I would have bet my literal life savings on some cash being in Ganon's Tower. Don't need a hint for that. The odds of like how many items are there? Like 22 more items not being cash? I'd say they're good enough.
Right. I have Fire Rod. I'm also dead. But I have a fairy.
I was dead until I wasn't.
And as soon as I get back up, I kill Cold Stare before my iframes wear off.
Nice.
This Fire Rod just beats the hell out of that boss.
Especially with quarter magic when you can just spam it.
Actually, since I'm this close, warp back into Light World, and I'm going to read the Master Sword pedestal. There's actually a Triforce piece.
Is it worth doing T-Rock for that though?
No. But it just said a yellow triangle. You need this. Like, oh.
I will prove it wrong.
So that's what it says when there's a Triforce piece hidden here. Got it.
I mean, it's not wrong. It is a yellow triangle. Probably better ways to communicate that, but not technically incorrect. Oh god, why is there a fucking chain chomp on the Crumble Bridge?
Oh god. That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was.
And I bet you he just kind of hangs out floating there instead of falling into the pit.
I didn't stick around to check, but
I might do science. I might do science later.
I would agree with your assumption.
Oh, penguin! Tried to warn you. Tree had spat out a bomb. Penguin slid right face first into it. Did I already go to this house? Yes. Okay. Here, little guy.
Bucknet!
Nice.
Yeah. Another triangle.
What's my prize? Money.
Let's just call this a death warp.
What's my prize? It's a burrito. A Hyrule burrito. Boing. Ooh. There's an idea. Probably better prizes out there anyways.
More yellow triangles.
More yellow triangles, hopefully.
Where is... Okay. I didn't even know you could switch through different blueberries.
Oh
That's
yeah.
cool.
What do we have?
Yo!
I guess I'll take this.
And a bucket. Man, that seed was crazy. 99 bombs. Not even like an hour in.
Nice. Sanctuary. I have the flute. Why do I start in the house ever? Right.
Where do I want to go? Maybe here.
Hammer. This. Breaking Sandman. When will I ever learn?
Never.
That is the correct answer. Ow.
God dang it, Shadowbringers.
Yo, Fat Fairy gives out berries in bottles.
Good for her.
I'd say selling off her kids, but she's not even selling them. She's just giving them away.
That's what happens when you got too many.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Help, there's a monkey chasing me.
Have you tried calling the police?
I don't think Link has a cell phone.
He has a flute. You can call the bird police.
And call a duck.
Yeah, call the duck.
Duck is kind of like the police.
Yeah.
Especially in Duck Game, because then they have guns. That silly little game.
Let's see.
Oh. Out of here. And cash is in Ganon's tower. Ah. Giant spike trap, please. Nice. Get out of here.
Yo! Tree dropped a fairy.
Nice. Huh. Oh, I just had to get that anti-fairy stuck in the hole, didn't I?
Alright, what did I fight Aghanim for? 20 rupees.
Hooray! You're rich now.
Sure, yeah, let's say that.
Kind of want. Get out of here now. Ow, you son of a bitch. Nice shooting. Can't even really be mad, but still, goddamn. The recoil was ridiculous. Yeah, I ain't doing this shit. Oh yeah, Chain Chomp just kind of hangs out in the void.
That's what I figured.
At least he seems like he's tethered.
Oh, alright.
Like he's not just freely roaming, which is good.
That's better.
Which is weird because when he's been like that outside of like Eastern Palace, oh yeah, he's actually moving around. Not very
Well, because
quickly, but he's moving.
It's because he's a car talking. It's What the heck? Alright, that's at least new. So Shadow Critter just ran across the screen and ran into a spike block and just dies.
Yeah.
Without me having to do anything.
I think I saw that earlier. Yeah, not sure what that guy's issue is, but he did not plan out his route very well. Which is kind of hard to do because his route is a straight line. So he knew he was headed for that spike block the whole time.
Maybe these ghost critters are like the ghosts of lemmings, just even in undead, just trying to head for the cliff.
Yep. Oh no, we're not gonna stop. Why would we stop going this way?
It's what we're good at. Keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. Money.
Still don't have the right one.
Fire snakes.
Oh, blue nail. And yellow frog for some reason. Ah.
Let's go. Nope, don't push it that way. Good. Ponk.
My god, anti-fairies, please. Yo, Titans. Let's go.
Nice. Just barbecue everything in this room. Give me my bombs.
There's Coldster. God, this room is so yellow. What is even going on? And that's black.
He puts some kind of weird color filter over the camera for his boss fight. I don't know why.
What bombs and the crystal. Ugh.
You get back in there. Oh yeah. Do this other part first. Quick, let me in. The Boots is in Desert Palace.
I can confirm that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One spare key. I pass one, but I'm gonna get it anyways. Never have too many keys in this game.
That is very true.
Go! More corn chips. Ooh! Shiny new sword. Shiny new Sandman. Oh, Sandman take 2 hits. That's
well,
with the shiny new
shiny.
They buffed his defense and they gave him a different trait.
Mm-hmm.
Extra resistant to sword type attacks. Ah.
Oh, Magic Cave is in Big Fairy.
Ah. God. Many of these enemies are just stuck in place. A couple of them. Most of them. Good. Add on to that lag timer, though. Jeez.
Ah, the lag.
Dumping bucketfuls all over that poor lag timer.
So a room full of Octoroks just spamming rocks and putting a bunch of sprites on screen.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you'd like more bombs.
Oh, I made it through that. Not gonna question it too hard, though. And what's my prize? Mimic. Not the treasure chest kind.
No.
I'm usually good with those.
Unless they murder you in expert mode.
Unless they bite my hand off. What a fantastic concept.
Yeah, I agree.
And who's my boss? Oh, good. Okay, come on out, buddy. Got him. Jeez. Mirror shield. And a lady in a crystal.
Only that we're skipping the entire lady part
Oh yeah.
in this randomizer.
Like Link doesn't know that there's a lady in that crystal. Damn it, that's all the fun dungeons. I've got to make a choice.
Good luck with that choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Ice Palace.
Hey, that's what I'm at right now.
Nice.
Know what I want to do here.
I'm pretty sure I have everything I need to... Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't have Cane of Samaria.
Well, I know where that is.
Okay. I've still got some checks that I need to do. The overworld, I guess. At least in the dark world. One check I need to make immediately before I forget about it forever.
I'm not sure what's up with this room, but enemy sprites are always broken. Like the one in Ice Palace with where you need to hook shot across with the 4 flying enemies.
Ooh, god bees. Yeah, there's no telling when and where. Like, there's that one room in Desert Palace too.
Oh right, yeah.
It's just like almost always, I'd say like 99 out of 100 times, always a messed up enemy in there. And then, of course, if you have a quick eye and you can see what the enemies turn into during the screen transitions, that's always fun. Had some enemy just turn into one of the cactus enemies. Cactus? I'm thinking he's kind of like a Pokey from Mario too, but that orange bouncy guy that's made of all the balls.
Yep, yeah. I can see why you say cactus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
All right, what's the boss? Yo, Almasaur.
Nice. Get me in.
Okay,
There it is. Here. Do the thing. Nice. See you later, Fire Snake. Good. That's my prize. Oh yeah, full magic.
Alright, this time I'm not going to forget to go back into the blacksmith. Like last time.
Right.
I felt so stupid there.
Alright. Found the red stick. Let's go. Nice. Chain chomp over the void again. Oh yeah, there's the bouncy guy. Oh damn it, I should have gone up. Tiny bottle. Is that the second bottle I found only? Oh no, I have another one. It has that goddamn shiny bee in it.
Have you not found the bottle with blue potion?
No.
Huh.
Guess that's the one I'm missing.
Not that rare, it's a theory.
Nope, bee, quit following me. I'm gonna kick your ass if you keep following me. Okay. Stop following me.
Yep. There we go.
I don't want to... No. Go away. No. There we go.
And GG.
GG.
Dot done. Dot comment log.
I've had a couple of those dot comments.
Oh man, dot comment was always the most fun part about SRL.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll be back.
A small key. Nice. If I can just get one more Triforce piece out of this place, I will be good to go. I went in a circle. Pink skeleton stuck on the block out there. It just looks like he's dancing to the music. Ooh, butter sword.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
Turtle rock.
Oh, you actually went in there.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying if I can only get one more Triforce piece out of this place, I know I can get one from the Master.
Did you do that over Ice Palace?
I did not go to Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, okay.
I thought about going there, but then when I found Red Stick up in a Super Bunny cave, I'm like, you know what? I'm at least gonna go check and see what spell I need to open up Turtle Rock.
Did you find any Triforce pieces in Ice Palace yet? In T-Rock yet?
Oh yeah, I think I found 2.
Alright. So, okay. I guess in that case it didn't make a difference whether you would have gone to Ice Palace or T-Rock. Because I had a similar idea, but I ultimately decided for Ice Palace.
I don't blame you.
I mean, that one I can now actually navigate efficiently. Took me a while, but I got it down.
This is vanilla. Oi. There we go. Alright, you big dumb turtle.
Oh, vanilla boss?
Got him.
Nice.
He took my money after death.
Need some to pay old Charon.
And go pull the master Triforce piece.
That's a good one to end with. I guess there would have been another reason to actually go there, because there's going to be one guaranteed right at the end with the Master Sword.
That was my thinking.
Yeah. See, that's why you're smarter than me.
Unfortunately, I still need one. So I'm at 18 right now, about to be at 19. Messed up the color of my green pendant. Let's see. There was something in that bush. I don't know what it was, but it's dead now. Ah. Get back. Have to be square on that dash. There we go. It's a burrito. It's a swampy burrito. Oh, and... Damn it, I'm not in Dark World. Oh. Let's just head down to Ice Palace. I don't feel like doing Misery Mire. I'm more curious to see what color Ice Palace is. What flavor of ice cream do we get?
A good flavor, I hope.
Exterior just looks like it's normal color. It's vanilla palette.
Hey, randomizer too lazy to doing its job.
Like, it's not even a different shade of blue. Like, this is just straight up vanilla palette. It's fine, it's been a while since I've seen this. Just set everything on fire. Couldn't activate the spell fast enough for this room. Alright. Playing with him. Yeah, I don't like these fire snakes. They're in a bad spot. Ah, that bomb's in a bad spot. I bet you'd like to have more bombs. Mommy. Get off the conveyor belt. My god. I wonder if this is gonna catch that Sandman. Nope.
Too bad.
Too bad, 'cause I caught him with my sword. Now get off the spikes. Stupid Hinox. There we go. Get me out of here. Except I need the mirror. About to just stand there and whistle away, waiting for the duck like a big dummy. Boom. GG.
GG.
Dot done. Dot comment. Lol.
Very nice.
Please stop spinning. There we go. Yeah, royal family is a bunch of bones. Not sure what's going on with the priest there. Magic Bat climbed on top of an ouch you jerk bat and was waving at me. Bunch of those little speedboat bug enemies from Swamp Palace. And the flying water bugs. Back to fast forward. God knows what those two things are supposed to be. Your uncle is important. Double loss for sale. There's no understanding some of these sprites. Oh. Well, thank you, without even being able to see what it is just yet.
You had it open. Ah.
Oh, God. Well.
Well, yeah, I guess we still need to talk about that.
Do we start next week, or?
So here's the deal.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So here's the deal. There's a very high % chance that I'm not going to be able to make next week.
Okay.
And probably also not the week after, because there's going to be, like, the next weeks are going to be exhausting. I want to say if Mini Pong comes around next week, which it's currently looking like.
That's right. It has been about that long.
Yeah, it has been about that long. So if Mini Ponks comes around next week, I'd say I'm probably going to be out for the next 2 Fridays, just due to, like, exhaustion and arriving and getting everything settled into some sort of rhythm. But yeah, after that, I think we can do normal stuff on Fridays, if you want to do this. And I'll probably have to take some breaks regularly just to like if the baby's up.
Absolutely.
But if you don't mind that, I would be more than happy to start playing this with you. And just, continue the usual schedule.
Yeah, sure thing.
All right, then I'm looking forward to this. And also, since, like, the person we really have to thank here is 14-year-old me, who spent $30 on Steam cases that made, like, that were only like 3 cents back then, and are now like $4 apparently.
Jeez.
So every time I want to spend $80 on Steam for this kind of stuff, I just have to sell 20 Steam cases and I'm good.
Oh my god.
Like, I have like fucking $1,500 in Steam stuff, so
oh my god.
because I spent $30 as a child, so yeah, no problem, man. I can afford Steam games for a while.
Cool. Hey, thanks again.
And this is with all the DLCs as well, so we can just
I just saw that on the
get started.
The library page. That
play along.
Oh my god.
And from what I heard, it's really good. So yeah, looking forward to playing this with you. Just not next week. Probably not the week after. I'll just keep you updated. I cannot possibly imagine what my daytime, nighttime schedule looks like, how much the baby's going to sleep, because that's different for every baby.
Exactly.
And I'll just let you know.
Yeah, and again, no pressure. If you can't make it one week, that's totally fine. Perfectly
Look at
understandable.
the game as a compensation for the weeks that we're going to be missing out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Oh man.
looking
Fantastic.
forward to another multi-week series. How long did Borderlands 2 take? Good half year, like half a year or something, a little less.
Here's
Probably
my,
not half a year, but like a few months for sure.
here's my playlist. Yeah. I don't like that YouTube just defaults to showing me only 10 rows.
Borderlands 2 was 24 videos.
Faster than I did.
I'm not sure if that wasn't the time where we played more than once a week, probably. So let's say like 24 divided by 1.5. It's like 16 weeks. Yeah, that's about a third of a year, right? Right. Yeah, that sounds right. And then of course there's our Stardew Valley playlist.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm pretty sure that's still the
Yeah,
big
that's
one.
the standing record. That's gonna be hard to beat with anything really.
Well, where's that Terraria playlist? That one doesn't count because that one counts like 2 or 3 different playthroughs.
Right. And also I don't see a Terraria playlist here anyways. Control F. Terraria.
Yeah.
Terraria with Ponk 31. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is still 2 less than Stardew Valley, which was a single playthrough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was like 7 videos in that first playthrough when I kept cheating stuff in for us. Oh god, but then that master mode.
Oh man, that was good though. Glad we made it through that.
Oh yeah. Still excited for the 1.44 patch. They're going to be adding so much more stuff to a game that they said they were done making updates for a year or 2 ago. And I'm not complaining.
Nah.
Love that game.
Oh man, there's also, while we're on YouTube, I need to send you like 2 videos of a group of people that make amazing videos. Basically got like a mock-up of still images from some of the older Marvel cartoons.
Oh
and
yeah.
They make their own stuff out of that, and it's just so good. Oh.
God, that's right. Do I have a playthrough or a playlist of our Torchlight 2 stuff?
Yes, you do. And it's like 8 videos of like 2 playthroughs, so that's not even a contender. But those were also kind of long-ish, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Like each of those is like 3 hours minimum. Yeah, we got like 6-hour videos in there.
I was just looking through the big master playlist.
Oh, the Videospiele.
Yeah, the one's like 260 some odd videos long.
Mm-hmm.
Shortest video is still over an hour.
Yeah. The power casual as fuck 100%.
Oh man, what a game.
Secret of Mana. God.
I keep forgetting that I played that game in German. And then
Yeah.
I'll go back and watch one of the videos and it's like, oh yeah!
Oh man, I'm glad that you started adding Haley into the Stardew Valley thumbnail. And then discontinued it after a while. Still, she was there once in a while. Got those Stardew... The thing is, those the Stardew Valley videos were super long as well. Like that was definitely during my degenerate hour schedule.
Oh
Like
yeah.
those were 4 or 5 hour longs. We played until like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning for me.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like there were definitely some sessions where we played until sunrise. It was like, yeah, the sun is rising. We should stop soon.
It's easy to lose a lot of time in Stardew Valley.
It's like with Civilization, this like one more round thing, but
Mhm.
just Stardew Valley, the rounds are a lot longer.
And of course, the falling flat or the human fall flat videos.
Mhm.
Ugh. Wasn't exactly sure where the end of that game was, but we found it. Oh my god, I cut the 2. 156 out of 216, 159.32.
150 out of 216 and 147.33. Only thing I
Nice.
didn't find was, well, I know where Cape was, even though I'd never went there
Mm-hmm.
from the hint. I didn't get Mushroom and I didn't get Quake.
Quake was in Turtle Rock,
Mhm.
as well as the Red Tunic and the Yellow Sword.
Yeah, that's what I figured from what you said. But you didn't get Mushroom either?
Mm-mm. Where was that?
I don't know.
Browser hit.
Misery Mire.
Oh, wow.
That actually would have been the next place I would have gone to. The last Triforce piece I found was in Mire Shed. But I definitely would have gone in there.
There was a Triforce piece in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far in the map chest is, but
I don't know what the map chest is.
yeah, I would need to see a map of the dungeon.
Map chest? No, not map cheat. Stupid arch suggest. I can read these maps, whatever. Oh wait, there. Oh, map is actually one of the earlier, like one of the ones that I can consistently get in the east side, not the stupid west side. Oh, all right.
Oh yeah, that one. That room right above it, though. You have to walk into the spikes to press the switch.
Yeah.
So silly.
Well, thanks a lot for playing and hanging out with me.
Yeah, thank you. And
And,
again, thank you for the game.
Yeah,
It'll be a
no
lot of
problem,
fun.
man. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I'll keep Discord updated on stuff, and then I'll keep you updated on my availability.
All right,
And
I'll keep my
we'll be
eyes
back
open.
sometime around like end of the month or something.
All right, sounds good.
All right, you have a good night and good races, and I'll talk to you sometime soon.
All right, man. You have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Ah, best of luck to Ponk. Best of luck. As for me, well, I get a CDI link. CDI link is some kind of luck. Not sure what kind. You know, if he would have just let Link grab his stuff, probably wouldn't have had to go through all the game's dungeons. No, this dumb wizard's just in too much of a hurry. We did it! Oh my god, this seed was a lot of fun.